like a rivalry game. And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Eastern Michigan's offense will take the first swing of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy.
Turning it on! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And the Eagles moving quickly to the line. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Working the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Eastern Michigan has it and a fresh set of downs.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. That's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Here's a heat. Flushed out of the pocket. Got the first down.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick up and put him down and go get first downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Under fire. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Nestled just inside that right upright. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
So Western Michigan's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. We'll keep a close eye on the play calling and just how diligent they are in getting the tight end involved, Jesse. It just didn't work last week.
Yeah, there's no question. With this coaching staff, they know the offense basically goes as their big tight end goes. And that's why they lost their last game out. They didn't get him the ball in. And that was a huge problem. So, David, big priority, number one for this offense in this one, get him as many touches as many ways as you can.
Yeah, feed the big fella, the big target, the chain mover, the red zone area, but just you don't have to be as accurate. I think that's the thing that's nice. When you're throwing to a big tight end over the middle of the field, like he'll catch it and still get hit. It's not that big of a deal, so we got to use the big fella.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Under fire, and the ball's out, and they're after it. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? And the Broncos will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Got the first down and more. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target.
There he goes. Quick step and go. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Motion from the wide receiver. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The run from the shotgun. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. Eastern Michigan going fast. Looking for a man. It's Kinsey. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Near the 16-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Working the big fella to the corner. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. He caught it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. The Eagles didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. A first down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Eastern Michigan.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll start this drive going to the air. Finds his big tight end. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Use the play fake, now to throw. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Miles. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
Quickly out to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. That's the end of the period, and Eastern Michigan has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. First play of the period, first down here. Jones wants to throw it. Bringing the heat. Quarterback gets him out. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. The Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Grabbed behind the line. It's Miles. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Broncos come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll move the wide receiver. He'll throw on 3rd down. Caught, close to the marker, it's Grove. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. The Broncos, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Caught in the backfield, it's Grove. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. Can the D deny them on second and goal? And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Broncos! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Eastern Michigan takes over as the offense heads to the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Looking to throw, it's Kinsey. Flips it out on the screen. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Looking downfield on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
To the air on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, Eagles.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down in the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area. I'm throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. That's exactly what happened.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start. Breaks into the open. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
Handoff to the single running back.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Jones to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Obviously, this quarterback is a huge part of their rushing attack, and you've seen that early in this game. He's been very, very productive running the ball. Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes it's on scrambles like what you just saw. But with his speed, he makes it so difficult on a defense.
And the Broncos send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off play action on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Finds space on the right. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to beat the D deep. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking to the big tight end. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dumps it to the back. Grab near the marker. It's Davis. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. And the Eagles will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Makes the grab. It's Davis. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. The Eagles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Keeps it on the draw. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. It'll be 3rd and long. They'll run play action. Pocket breaking down. He's going to take off. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw. It's Kinsey. Fires to the big fella. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. Wants to go up top on 1st down.
The #1 key for this defense coming into this game was finding a way to stop this quarterback from running the football. And guys, they have not done a good job of that early in this game. He has been able to get out of the pocket, whether it's been designed runs or scrambles like on what we just saw. The defense has got to start changing it up. They need to spy him more, I think, moving forward.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Pressure coming. Zings it complete to the right. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Bunch formation for these receivers. Wants to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Glass. On the move at the 30. He goes out of bounds across the 25. Mark it at the 24. This defense, its head is spinning. They're down to the 25 on 1st and 10. Got his man. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. The Broncos had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Western Michigan.
put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
He'll bring it out. It's Coleman. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Eastern Michigan has it back as the Eagle offense returns to the field. Hands it off. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. And the Eagles want to move quickly.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Looking to pass. It's Kinsey. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He'll go out of bounds at the 22, methodically moving it away from their own end zone. Eastern Michigan will be forced to punt. He'll take it on the return. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. They closed the gap on their last drive. Now an opportunity to take the lead if they can score here. Got his man. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete to the right. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. To the air on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Glass. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. And the Broncos come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And a nice pickup on the run. It gets down to avoid contact. The offense knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Miles. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Now on 2nd and goal. Jones wants to throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they try to throw the football. They stay tight on him. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
Rushes on him. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Western Michigan.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Flushed out of the pocket. Got a little space. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Eagles in the hurry-up.
And both these quarterbacks, man, they're showing off their ability to take off and scramble and make plays. Right here, it's a design pass. He's looking to make a play. What does he do? He sees some space, captures it, makes the big play with his feet, gets another first down. This guy can do that a lot.
They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Hit as he throws. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's brought down, but this interception, a huge play to end this quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Western Michigan is on top. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Jones to throw. Here comes the heat. Oh, it's a fumble. He picks it up, still on his feet. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it on the option.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Offense gets set for second down. Wants to go up top. Hauls it in. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Broncos really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the sticks. It's Marshall. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. So this offense has the lead. They have the ball. They have the clock on their side and a chance perhaps to put it out of reach. Just keeps slinging it. He finds a soft spot in the middle. Needed one more turn of the legs to get it in there, and he's denied just inches away from the touchdown. And after that first down gasher, they're close to the end zone. Second and goal coming. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Western Michigan. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's McLaurin. He's got great speed. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. They tied it up with a touchdown drive, got some good work from their defense, and now here in the 4th quarter, an opportunity to move on top. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Broncos with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Jones wants to throw it. Caught near the sticks. It's Marshall. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. The Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
And after that incompletion, as a play caller, you need to go back to the well. You can't be afraid to call what has already worked well in this game for you. You've got a tie game. You've had a lot of success, whether it's been running or whether it's been throwing. Think about the playmakers that have stepped up in this game, and don't be afraid to double back and call something that had success earlier in the game.
Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's got an open man. At the 35, he's loose. It's a running room. Touchdown, Broncos! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Man, and just what the doctor ordered. You needed a big play to go out there and try to take the lead, and you find your receiver out wide. He runs by the DB. Nice throw, nice catch. You got the lead.
They'll line up for the extra point, and at this juncture, every point matters. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Very intriguing Big 12 matchup today, gentlemen. Here's a look at how it finished up. Texas Tech was able to squeak one out in front of those home fans in Lubbock. In fact, I think in the end, the difference may have been Red Raider Nation, who will enjoy this win. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the Brain Trust will go to work. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. He's stopped short, and they'll turn it over. What a huge stand by this defense. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. With the catch, it's Glass. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. You know what's great about rivalry games?